Hi guys, in this video we are going to build a contact form in which when the user submits, you will get it in the inbox like this. For this we are going to use Nextjs and web3 forms. Web3 form has a free plan with 250 monthly submissions, so we can just use with this. So once you go to web3forms.com, you can click on create your access key and you can just enter your email and click on create access key. You will get a mail like this with your public access key. Make sure you copy this access key. We are going to paste this in our Nextjs app. So I have created a basic Nextjs app with the following settings. I'm just going to create a new file called env.local.env.local. Let's create the env variable next underscore public underscore access key and then paste your access key here. Before we start, let's do a bit of a cleanup here. Go to global search CSS file, remove everything except the first three lines. And in page.tsx, let's remove everything for now and have a simple div with class name of min height screen and bg gray of 100. Since we need some client interactions here, we are going to use client here. Use client. Let's create an interface for our form. So interface form data will be name of string and email of string, subject of string, and let's have one message. We need two use states here. One is to store our data, another is to show the result that we have submitted a form or not. Const form data or set form data will be equal to use state from React of type form data with initially everything as an empty string. So name empty string, email empty string, subject and message. Now let's add another use state for our result. So const result set result will be use state and let's add our type here itself. So we will have two things here, success. So to say if we have an error or we have submitted our form, boolean, it can be this or it can be null. So after the curly braces or null. Since initially we won't have any data, right? So that's why we're using null here. So before we start building a form, let's also create the handleChange function, which stores the data whenever user changes the data in the form. Const handleChange will take an event. It should be of type react.change_event. It will take HTML input element and we will also have a text area for our message. So HTML text area element. So whenever we change our form, we are just going to set a new form data around it. So set form data will have all the form datas. So one thing we are going to change is that event.target.id. So we'll take that ID. ID is going to be these things: name, email, subject, and message. And we will change the data with our value. Event.target.value. This function will update our data whenever users makes any changes to our form. Now we can also write our onSubmit function here. Const onSubmit will be equal to async, which will also take an event, but this event will be of type form event, which takes HTML form element. So make sure you're importing it in React, or you can just write React dot form event here. First thing we have to know is we just have to prevent the default settings here. So event dot prevent default When they click on submit, we need to show some text like sending or something like that, right? Set result should have like, initially we will have our success as true. So till now everything is working good, right? So we will have the success as true and our message as sending. Now we need to write a body to submit the form. So const body. So this body will have all our form data. And one thing extra is that access key, access underscore key. You need to have the same name here. So your form data can be anything you want, but access key should be this name, process.env dot next underscore public underscore access key. Since our access key is public, we can just write the submit function here. We don't have to create a server action or anything. You can create one if you want, but it's fine if we keep it like this also. Now let's just send our request. So const response will be equal to await fetch. So we'll be sending to https api.web3forms.com slash submit with the method of post. And let's add our headers, content type, application slash JSON, and accept. Same here, application slash JSON. And we will add our body here. Body will be json.stringify body. Now after our response, we'll get the data. This is like we have submitted our form or not. So const data will be equal to await response dot json if data dot success. We can set our result like success will be true and message will be form submitted successfully. Okay, form submitted successfully. After we submit the form successfully, we'll just clear the form. So we need to set the form again. I'm just gonna copy this here. Go back here. Set form data will be. Now we will also set our form into a new form. So if we have any error, let's just console log it. We'll just console log the data, and in our result, set result, success will be false, and our message will be data.message. Yeah, so we'll show the result in green color if it's successful or red color if it's an error. Now let's start creating a UI. So inside this div, I'm just gonna create another div with the class name of py8. After load screens, the py should be 16, px of 4, mx of auto, and max width of screen should be md. Yeah. Now let's add this contact us and get in touch. We see here for that h2 contact us. In class name, we'll just write it as mb of 4, text of 4xl, font extra bold here, not light, text of center, and text gray of 900. After the h2, we'll create a p tag for our get in touch. Class name mb of 8, font light, text center, text of green 500, and in small screen let's keep it the text as Excel. After this we will have a form here. First we will just finish our result here. If the result exists, we are going to, let's just put some empty tags here. Inside this we'll check another thing, that if we receive a success message or not. So result dot success. If it is a success, we will return a div here. We'll write something inside, but now let me just write the else case. If it is not, it's going to be another div. We will just write result dot message. It's the same that I could have just copied it later. Yeah, so first we will see if we have any results. So if we have a result, we'll just see if the success is true or not. So if we have the success as true, we'll show this text inside a green background, green of let's say 400, and let's add some padding and margin here. So MT10, P of 3, and rounded LG. So if it is success, we will show this in green background, and if it is not, we will show it red background. So let's see if the results works correctly or not in the UI. For that, let's add some fake data here. In our result, I'm just gonna add here like success true and message. I'm just gonna have her here. Let's run it. npm run dev. Yeah, we can see a success message now. Let's try error now. So false. You can see it turned as red. Let's build a form now. We can make it as a null now. Yep. Let's create a form element here. So inside our form, we need to have four things here: our name, email ID, subject, and our message. So when we submit this form, we'll just use the onSubmit here. So onSubmit, and the class name will be space y of 8. Let's create a div for our name. Inside the div label, let's put it like your name. So HTML4 name, and the class name will be MB2, text of SM, font medium, yeah, and text gray of 900. Now let's add our input. Input, it will be of type text, and ID will be name, placeholder, enter your name. Value will be form data dot name, and let's add on change here with handleChange, and let's have a class name here. We'll add it later now. Required. In our class name, let's add a shadow of SM, BG, gray of 50, border, border, gray of 300, text, gray of 900, text small, rounded, large, width of full, P should be 2.5. Yeah, I think that's it for our name. Let's see it in the UI. Yeah, it looks good. So instead of your name, let's just have name there. So name, let's just copy this and create our email. Create email, and email type will also be email. ID is, so ID placeholder value. I'll just use Control D here. Email. Yeah, I think we have our email. Now let's add our subject. So same like this. I'm just gonna paste this again, and subject here. Type is text. So I need to change subject here. Subject. Yeah, I'm just going to use Control D here. Subject. Yeah, paste it again for our message. So message and message ID also message. Okay, now we have to change one thing here. In for our message, we need a text area. So instead of input, let's write text area there. So text area is a default type of text, right? We can't change it. And we need to add one thing too. So let's have a minimum number of rows. So rows is equal to, let's say, 6. So we will have like 6 lines space in our text area. Now we just have to build our submit button. Okay, button submit, type of submit, class name py of 3, px of 5, text of small, font of medium, text center, text white, rounded lg, bg blue of 500. Let's go with 700. Yeah, bg blue of 700. On small screens, the width should be fit. Hover, bg blue of 800. Focus outline null, none. I think we are done with the form now. Okay, let's see it in the UI. So we can see that we have got our form here. So let me just fill in some data. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can have any data here. Let me just click on submit. You can see it's sending. We can see that this message has been marked as spam. So since we are not using any real data, it looks like that. Let me just change some things here. Let me just send it again. Yeah, we can see that our form has been submitted. So I got that spam message since I have been sending requests quite a few times before this video. That's why I got that message. You probably won't get that message if you're using some real data here. Now let's check our email. Yeah, we can see that we have received an email just a minute ago. Hello, a new form has been submitted from your site. We can see the name, email, and the message. So subject is here. You can see it here. So you can have any number of fields you want here. So it will show that the email was sent from where. So if you have hosted it somewhere, it will show that you got that mail from there. So it will be helpful if you're using like multiple domains and stuff. Yeah, that's it. So if you like this video, give this video a like and subscribe for more.